Hey, out there in YouTube land again, it's Dale and Tug here with at Wax On, Wax Off Pro Detailing, Hanover, Pennsylvania. And we're going to talk again about coatings, but specifically the different types of coatings that we offer here and the best way to maintain them. So why don't we start at, let's save the best for last. Let's start at the bottom and work our way up. Different types of coatings that we have here.
I like that.
you
Go
know.
the other way.
Yes.
Throwing me off. So the entry level coating is called Paint Guard. It is better than the factory. I think it's funny. My wife always says, compared to the top coating, this coating is junk. Well, it's not. It's if you compare it to the top coating Pro Plus, yes, not nearly as good.
But if you
it's
compare it
much
to
better,
consumer grade coating,
or the factory clear coat,
right, it's
still much
above
better.
and beyond. And that's what I actually, when I first got my coating, that's what I had. And it paid for itself after one trip behind a concrete truck.
Yeah.
So,
Anything you put between the clear coat and the environment is going to be a barrier. Even if you put some cheap consumer grade coating that you put on yourself, even though it's only temporary, it's going to only do that for so long. They'll naturally wear themselves away. It's still a shock absorber. It's still way better than nothing. And of course, you're putting a wax or sealant. The problem is you just have to reapply wax. So
Right.
it's just a lot of work. I don't have the heart to wax my car that much.
right.
I'm going to coat it, do all the work up front, and be done.
And in today's day and age, people are busy. They don't.
Yeah.
Their car is it's an afterthought. It's a means to get them to work, to kids to soccer or whatever.
Yeah.
A true enthusiast, would pay attention to those kind of things. But people with their daily drivers, some people just want it to look clean and they want it to be as maintenance free as possible.
If it's not clean, I just can't enjoy.
Right.
If it's not clean, what's the
yeah.
point? You can't enjoy it.
Yeah.
Constantly have to clean it because I've let it go. I mean, no one's car has to be cleaned some kooks wash and wax their car every 3 days. This is too much work.
Right.
If your wax is any good, why are you doing it so often? It's just easier to just kind of get it out of the way up front. Anyway, so the Paint Guard is the entry level coating. It is the least popular coating we offer. It's a good coating. It's just the least popular because it's not the best. So the next one up from that is Opticoat Pro, and it's kind of the coating that Optimal first came out with. Had a slightly different name, but it's their first coating. It's as hard as glass. It's much slicker than the factory clear. It's much glossier than the factory clear. It does a way better job at performing and absorbing the environment's fallout way better than the factory clear coat or really any other coating, I think. So that one's hard as glass, and it's a really, really durable coating. So then the top level is Opticoat Pro Plus.
Which is what's sitting right here.
Right, it's a two coating system. So
And it even says the ultimate right on the box. So you know you're getting the best.
The Opticoat Pro goes on first, and then you have about 30 minutes to an hour to put the Plus on top. And those two will cross-link, and then those two will bond permanently to the factory clear coat. And Pro Plus is just, it's like out of this world slick. It's like magical unicorn fairy wax.
It adds so much gloss, even once it fully cures.
It really, yeah.
We did that the Dodge the other day, that Ram, and Ram, not Dodge, Ram. I drive one, I should know, and
I still say it too.
the before and after pictures. I even showed some of my friends what that thing came in, and it was a red truck, but it looked more like a brownish red. And even after we cleaned it,
had some pink in there too.
Yeah, even after after we did the whole decontamination process and everything, and after we polished it, it looked good. But then as soon as we put the coating on, it was like this deep cherry red, and that's only going to get better, over the next 30 days. So
yeah,
I just remember us sitting there going, wow. We'd stop every 5 minutes, and go, this is incredible.
Yeah, it's almost like Pro Plus looks like how when you first see the new car, it's sit on the lot, maybe it's in the showroom. It looks like that, but a little bit shinier. And then the cool thing is, it's gonna stay that way. It's gonna get dirty, but you clean
With
it.
proper maintenance, right?
Right,
And-
which is a nice segue into.
Right, yeah, see, I have my talents every once in a while. So let's talk about the maintenance process. A lot of other coatings on the market, consumer grade, even professional grade, there is a component, and we're not going to bash anybody's coating, no coating, or coating is better than no coating, but
Right.
when you're comparing apples to apples, you want to, there are coatings out there that is part of their warranty process.
Yeah.
You have to bring it back to a professional in order to keep the warranty. And it has to be, the coating has to be reboosted.
Yeah.
Optimum doesn't have that.
Right.
Their thing is keep it clean. And you don't even have to use their products to keep it clean. Using their products is definitely the best for it, right? So why don't you take us through these products, and then we'll talk about the best way to maintain a coating.
Right. So O&R is kind of the standard. It's not a soap, it's polymer. It encapsulates the dirt, holds it in a little ball, preventing it from scratching the surface. So you're applying O&R. You're not scrubbing, trying to polish or buff it.
Yeah, you're just
basically putting O&R on, and then you're wiping it dry.
Yeah.
So O&R is kind of, you can use that for a coating. The OptiCoat No Rinse is designed for the coating, and that's the one I'd recommend if you have a coating, because
they're basically, they do the same thing, but this has a little bit more extra stuff, gloss enhancer.
Gloss enhancer, some protection. You can use it as an instant detailer as well. O&R
You can use all, yeah. When
it's more
they
like
say
a cleaning.
yeah, when they say you can clean anything, it really is that it's almost the snake oil of the back in the old west, but actually it works as advertised. You can dilute it in so many different ways. Do instant detailer, you can do clay lube, you can put it in your steamers for
I use it for glass cleaner.
Yeah, glass cleaner. Steamer for steaming carpets, your carpet cleaner in a home. People clean their showers with it. I mean, I'm pretty sure somebody probably out there brushing their teeth with it. I'm pretty sure.
At least a mouthwash.
Yeah, at least a mouthwash, So, but it's and this size bottle here, especially my vehicle, nothing gets much bigger than what I drive on for a daily driver, a Ram Dually 3500. So, and it's 1 capful per gallon of water. It's a 256-to-1 ratio. And I can wash my entire truck with 3 gallons of water. So that's 3 capfuls. So I have 2 bottles of this at home, and I haven't even opened the second one, and I still have a third of it left. And I've had my coated truck for 2 years now. Plus I've also switched over to this, so it's a little bit better on the coating.
So the M-Wash is a decontamination wash, which that's an actual soap. You can foam it over the whole vehicle, or you can use a soap bucket, water and soap and water in the bucket, and then just wash the traditional way. And it helps pull out pollutants. It also helps to protect from pollutants absorbing into the coating. So you can do your own maintenance washes now. So prior to that, to do a maintenance wash, you really had to bring it to me.
Right, and it's the same dilution ratio across this whole line, 256-to-1. Whether you're using this, or this. Now, I will say with this, one of the cool things about it is when those of you out there with foam cannons, you just pull this top off, stick your foam cannon hose down in there. The threads will match. Yep. You stick it on your power washer and go to town, and it's super slick and super thick suds, and they also smell fantastic. Especially the M-Wash. I mean, it is grape soda, grape Jolly Rancher, whatever you want. It is just absolutely amazing. Definitely orange juice here, and the blueberry. Yep.
Blueberry pancake.
Yep. And their soap, just the regular car wash soap is really good too. So they kind of thought of everything, with the exception of maybe Ferrex, but not much you can do about that. That just smells horrible.
Walk past everybody getting a perm. It's the same chemical.
Right. So washes, you got it. You got a vehicle. It's covered in mud or whatever, but it's got a coating. It's a disaster. You want to do a maintenance wash. Maintenance
wash or like an O&R wash?
Let's start with just a regular O&R wash, and then we'll discuss the maintenance wash. So, somebody's got a Jeep and they
Yeah.
went and, they went four-wheeling for
Right.
for the weekend, they bring it to you and they say, look, I just don't have time to clean it, or
Right.
if you were gonna clean, if you, the owner, were gonna clean that, what was the best way
We'll
to
come
do
from the
it?
perspective of owning the
Okay.
vehicle.
All right.
So yeah, if you go through mud, you definitely want to rinse that off,
Mhm.
because owner can't fix what it can't touch.
Mhm.
So you want to rinse all that stuff off, and you don't have to dry the vehicle. You have your solution. I like microfiber mitt, so you dunk that in the bucket, keep the bucket next to you, squeeze it a little bit, wipe a panel with the mitt, and then take your drying towel and then dry that panel. Move to the hood, do the same process, the windshield, wherever you want to start at the top, or start from the top down is the best scenario. I do a pre-wash myself personally, so I don't necessarily have to do that.
All
But
right,
then you move to
which-
the front,
Which you can do with the ONR, some of if you have a sprayer or even just
yeah, spray the whole vehicle.
a
down.
spray bottle. You make up your solution, you dunk that bottle in the bucket, and spray the really dirty spots.
Right.
It'll start encapsulating that dirt.
Mhm.
Yeah, and then you just hit it with your hose, or your pressure wash would be the best. But
Yeah.
but after that, so you do all that with the microfiber mitt and dry it off. Then what? What is there anything else to it, or is that just basically it? How long does that take usually? I mean, not for, Mr. Speedy Gonzalez over here can do it in 5 minutes, but, someone like me, when I do it, and again, I'm a little more particular when it's my vehicle, it takes me about a half an hour,
A half an hour to an hour. I mean, if you just went camping and you went 100 miles in the mountains at night and you got 1,000 bugs, if we're just talking about normal everyday dirt, it's only been, I usually recommend cleaning it every 2 weeks. It should take you 30 minutes to an hour. It really shouldn't take you any longer than that, as opposed to you're getting claying it, you're soaping it,
which could take 3, 4, 5 hours
Yeah.
sometimes, depending on
if
how
you're using
dirty it is.
paste wax.
Yeah, oh my
it's-
goodness, yeah,
It
no.
just stresses me out just thinking of all that stuff. Yeah, I mean, it makes it enjoyable to clean. It makes it more therapeutic rather than, oh, I have to do this.
Yeah.
Because of Optimum, I've become more efficient,
Mhm.
and it's given me a renewed passion for detailing, because if I can be better at something and in half the time, I'm more profitable and I enjoy it a lot more. It's no longer a strain. It's easier on the body, and it's also faster. It's
And-
more enjoyable.
And, definitely depending on the size of the vehicle, like, my wife's car is coated too, and I can get around her car in 15 minutes, and it's not the, it's not that, oh, it's super clean, kind of, we're going to go out and show it off, but it's clean.
Yeah.
There's kind of different levels of clean, I think, in my book. So now just go about like a maintenance wash. Right? It's been 6 months since they had the coating or whatever, or a year, and even though it's not required, even though it is a coating, but they do require some, and it doesn't require, but to get the best out of it, you do want
The
to do a
coating's still going to
maintenance wash.
absorb the environmental fallout.
Mhm.
I personally recommend at least once a year doing some sort of decontamination, maintenance wash. So the M wash, if you do just a regular soap bucket wash, you just wash it traditionally. Rinse the vehicle down, mix up your ½ ounce per gallon in a bucket, wash the vehicle from top to bottom, and then just rinse it down, dry it off. Kind of the traditional way. Helps to pull that stuff out. And some people they can't get away from, they like the soap. They can't do anything else. It's weird to use like a no rinse. So you could wash that every time if you want.
And the Optico coating, especially the Pro Plus, can be played, correct? With you got to be careful to use their towel, that kind of thing.
If I'm going to do a decontaminant or a maintenance wash on a coating, I would clay it.
Yeah.
And I'd use the M wash, and I'd hyperseal it. Of course, I could even follow with Optico no rinse if you wanted. You would get crazy.
And kind of everybody has their own way to do things, especially with their vehicle. My routine is during the summer it was like every other day I'm doing either a quick detail with this or a full O&R wash. Every other month I hit it with the M wash, which if you do it enough, it helps. It not only does it pick up all those contaminants and the industrial fallout, it prevents it from sticking in the future. And then again, also with the hyper seal and stuff like that, it also just helps prevent getting that stuff in there. Like, case in point, somewhere, I don't know how, but my truck had a scratch. Remember, I was freaking out about it. Pull it in here, yeah. Pull it in here, and he didn't even get up out of his chair. He's like, you know where everything is. And I just went to town. I did the whole process. I O&R'd the panel. I degreased it. I polished it, paint prepped it, did all that stuff. But I remember when I was claying it with the clay towel, and when did we do it in my truck? Must have been
August.
No, that was Jenny's car, but
Oh, so hers was May. No, maybe yours was
mine was
May.
May, yeah.
Okay.
So it'd been a few months, and I work at a very dirty place, and I just remember that there was nothing for the mitt to grab onto.
Yeah.
So keeping it clean, doing the regimen, it's less work in the future.
It's so easy. Like the back of, even a baby can do it.
Yeah.
You want to do something even a baby can do, don't you?
Yeah, all we do is talk about, we're sitting here detailing cars and doing coatings and all. It's just nothing but bad movie lines.
Great Scott.
So, well, hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you learned something. Any questions or comments, please leave them below. Hit the like button and share, and also hit that notification bell and subscribe. And we'll see you next time.